This is my recent realization that I'm not valuing what they are trying to give me. And it is very difficult for me to do things because I started feeling that I'm being very selfish. I'm doing things for myself, but being selfish and being selfless is just two opposite sides. So if this is a rod, this is you being selfless, and this is you being selfish. But it's like very paradox. At the one point you have to be selfish, and at the one point you have to be selfless. You are selfish, so you can be selfless. You are selfish, so you can put a lot of energy and time in creating and recreating yourself to try to improve yourself. So you can be selfless, so you can give more to your people. And this is the confusion I have been always. I never used to value my mother, what she says and what she do for me, and I always have something to complain about. I always have something to blame about. There are certain things about her which always irritates me or frustrates me, and same things with my father. There are certain habits and certain things which literally irritates me and frustrates me, and same with my sibling. If I meet other people who are unknown to me or who are less known to me, I won't feel the same. I have the level of tolerance for them. I used to feel very superior about it, that I have so good patience. But when it comes to people who live with me at my home, like my parents and my sibling, I lose my patience. I started feeling like I just lose my tolerance because I wanted them to understand and learn and grow in their life. And I started trying to force them to get better in the things what they do. And then soon I found that it's not my duty to tell them that they have to improve. I mean, of course, if I want them to improve, this is what I want for them. But if I force them to be better, that means I am not accepting them the way they are. I'm refusing to accept the way they are, the way they behave. I'm trying to fit them in a world, in a similar world which I am trying to create for myself. So if I am trying to create a world for myself where I am making myself better, where I am working on myself, and every time I meet them, I also want them to do that. And if when they refuse to do that, I try to force them, I try to make them do, and if they don't do, it makes me frustrated. It irritates me. There are certain things which provokes me. And then there was this point where I found that it's not they have to improve, it's me that I have to improve in myself. And what I have to improve in myself is that I have to accept the way they are. The acceptance that I cannot change anything about them. And the way they are is not something wrong. They can be whatever they want. It's their life. It's their choice to be what they want. If they decide to not to improve, it's okay. There is nothing wrong in that, because ultimately they are also an individual who can think about themselves, who can take care of themselves in terms of reflecting on what's going on in their life. And the interesting thing is why I'm saying that I haven't valued what they have given me. Most of their life, the way they have grown up, the place where they have grown up, and the life they have gone through, they have learned at their best. So maybe they have learned something at their 40s, and I have learned that in my 25. Maybe they find difficulty, for an example, they find very difficulty to operate and to use technology. It's easier for me to operate with technology, so I cannot really force them and tell them that you must learn and you must grow and you must change with the change. I must not force them. I can teach them, and I also know that it won't be easier for them to learn. It's the same way that when I was a kid, they were trying to teach me and it was very hard for me to learn, but they were forcing me to learn so I can get good marks. But now the scene is opposite. Like, I am growing up, they are also growing up, they are getting older, and I am trying to teach them in a way where they can take care of themselves. So that's why I'm trying to get integrated with the technology, or else they will feel they are left out or they feel behind. But ultimate problem was not theirs. Ultimate problem was it's mine own. I was trying really hard to change them. Since the point I realize I'm trying to not force them to change and to give advice uselessly, I have just left them the way they are and respect and value what they have given me. This is very important. The people who live with us, who are around us, we want them to change, but we never focus on ourselves to see that what are the changes we need to make. And I think accepting them as they are is the first thing that we have to develop in ourselves, that they cannot change. We are not responsible for them to change or develop in a certain manner. Because the moment we accept them as they are, we started valuing the things they have given us as per their capacity, as per their ability. Earlier I used to get angry on my father, but I never showed that anger to him. I just stopped talking to him and giving him very cold response. When I realized that this is not a right way, I mean, this is just making me distance from my father, and I don't want to build this kind of relationship with my father. It's affecting me, it's affecting my own psyche. If I am improving myself, if I'm educating myself, it's my responsibility that I am the one who will take initiate and start communicating with my father, with my mother, and start expressing my feelings. And maybe I cannot express them through words. I want to fill this gap, not just in a way where he feels uncomfortable. I want to do things where he can see and feel. I can put out my word that what is my problem and this is how I am solving it. So what I have started doing it, that I started spending at least 5 to 10 minutes with him every day and just talking random things about it. And in those random things, he keeps behaving the same way, what provokes me. And I think that is what I am learning. That is what I am learning to tolerate and learning to accept him the way he is without reacting to what he's saying or to the way he's saying. And that is making me feel better about it, that okay, my tolerance is growing. He's saying, I'm talking with him and he's saying something in a certain way, in a certain manner, which I don't really like, but it's okay. I understand him. It's his way to show his love. It's his way to express himself. I must understand and I must take my guards off and start communicating with him, letting him tell whatever he thinks about a certain thing. I also prepare some questions. I ask about his childhoods. I also ask about how he feels and what are the things he wants me to improve, because this is the best topic to talk about. Once you ask your parents that, hey mother, what are the things you want me to improve in myself, just go straightforwardly and ask them, and they will just go with a list down those things and start reflecting on it, that how I can change these things. And the first thing would be by accepting them and accepting your mistake and taking responsibility of mistakes and confronting it, admitting it. Once I started doing it, I started feeling very, very satisfying when you start communicating and expressing with your parents. Of course, they love us, we love them, but ultimately we are human and we work and operate emotionally. We have emotions and we also have certain limitations we have put in front of us to behave in a certain way. Once we start valuing what we have, we start getting what we want. If we don't value what we have, even if we get what we want, that thing won't sustain for a long period of time, because we don't have that capacity to contain, to hold that, to sustain that. Because to sustain that, we need that level of tolerance, and that tolerance is emotional and mental. This is what today's video is about, on the issue which I was facing and I have resolved, and not completely resolved, but it's in a progress, and I feel very satisfying with